You mentioned before that you have been getting a lot of negative comments and things like that. Can you kind of elaborate on what people have been saying to you?
They've said a lot. Like, a lot has been said about me. Like, a lot of things.
Can we get her a tissue, please?
Young living every day, giving it to you and cutting straight. YLE said it. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Now today's video, y'all, is about that woman who embarrassed her boyfriend at the Omah Lay concert. This is the interview. She talked about what happened before and what happened after the concert. Let's find out what she's talking about. Let's dive into it.
You went to a concert, an Omah Lay concert, and obviously you wanted to be there. We all saw the footage. You were very excited to be there. And you got called up on stage. And like we mentioned earlier, you gave him the hottest wine ever. But you were with somebody. Now, this is the question on everybody's minds. Girl, who is this man? Were you in a committed and defined relationship with him?
Yes, we was in a committed relationship.
How long were you together for?
Just under a year, so
Okay.
going to a year.
And when you say you were in a defined relationship, just so that everybody's aware, he was your boyfriend and you were his girlfriend?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, perfect. So you mentioned in your apology video, which we're going to get back to, that you're a diehard fan of Omah Lay. So I think my question here is, was this a date night? Was this planned? Was this who bought the tickets? Why were you guys there together? Can you kind of talk us through what happened, the journey of that?
So I'm a huge Omah Lay fan. I've been a fan since he even started like music. So I really, really like his music. So I've always wanted to go to this concert. I was going to see him, I think this was last year, but he cancelled that show. So I was like, oh, I've got to go to the next show, like 100%. So when he said that he was coming to London, I just bought the tickets. And I thought I'd bring my boyfriend because he was going through a hard time himself. So I thought this might like get his mind off it. So I just thought, yeah, I'll just go with him.
Really, nigga?
You waited a year for a man to come to your city to do a concert, and you thought about bringing your boyfriend to the concert that would help him through the hard time that he's dealing with. And in the process, you wind up embarrassing him. What in your mind makes you believe that you can help a man through a hard time by bringing him to the concert of a guy that you obsessed over? What do these girls be thinking about? Let's continue.
Favorite artist, favorite person. So I just thought, yeah.
Did you think I might get called on stage? Did that run through your mind?
I've always wanted to go on stage with Omah Lay. Like, I don't think there's any other artist that I'd even go on stage like with. So me and him, we've had this conversation like days before the concert. If I was to get called on stage, like, would you be fine with that? And he said, yeah, that's fine. He's been okay
really?
with it, yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, that kind of changes the narrative. So we've seen from the videos that have surfaced online that you were very excited to go on stage. And now that you've revealed to us that he was okay with it, you going on stage, was it something that you just told him or did you guys discuss it prior?
We discussed it prior, obviously, but he didn't know that I'd get picked to go on stage. So when Omah Lay pointed at me, obviously in the video you can see like I was really, really excited, which I was. And he was encouraging me to go. Like he even said, yeah, like go. That's why I went in the first place.
Now, y'all, I'm gonna give my observation. She already had in her mind, this was premeditated. She wanted to be on that stage. But like I said, you invite him to a concert to go see a man that you obsessed over and think that's supposed to help him through the hard time that he's dealing with. And on top of that, if you notice, they had seats, they were standing front row. So she made sure she got some seats that was, she made sure she got front row access to where she can increase the probability of her getting invited on that stage. She wanted to be on stage so bad, not only you invite him to the concert during the whole time, you make sure that you in front row so that you can increase the probabilities of you getting picked to go on that stage because you want to be up on him so badly.
Damn!
Wow, let's continue.
There is a point in the video where it looks as though he's holding on to you and saying, well, obviously we don't know what he was saying, but it does look like he was a bit reluctant to let you go on stage. Is that fair for us to say?
Not really, just because he was holding me the entire show.
Okay.
So that's why it looked like he didn't want me to go, but he was fine with it. And there was a point where I was like stood next to him and everyone thought like I moved away from him, but I was stood there because I was waiting for the security to get me out of the crowd.
Okay. Okay. So when you got up onto the stage, what was going through your mind from the minute that he pointed to you getting onto the stage? What was going through your mind?
I was like, you picked me? Like, I was so happy, honestly. Like, I wasn't thinking of anything negative, anything bad, or I'd go up there and do something that would obviously, you know, but I was really, really happy. Like, I was just so excited. I was like, I'm on stage with Omah Lay. Like, this is what I wanted. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
we
happy.
could all see that you were very excited. I mean, if it was me and Usher, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd be in the same position as you. So when you got on stage and, you know, you were dancing with Omah Lay and obviously when you went behind the screen and everything, did you at any point think, oh, my man's in the audience actually, maybe let me relax a little bit? Did that ever occur to you?
If I'm being honest, no.
Okay.
I knew he was in the crowd, obviously. Like, I know he's there, but before we got up the stairs, obviously he asked me what my name was and I just did my little like dance. I obviously thought that was it. So I didn't think of it as much about him being offended in the crowd or anything.
Okay.
Damn! You are a hoe!
Of course so, because your hypergamy superseded your morality and the respect you had for your man. You was so obsessed with this dude, you forgot you was in a relationship when he invited you on stage. So of course you weren't thinking about him, because what she wanted superseded what was more beneficial for the relationship, for the respect and the ability to avoid embarrassing your significant other. But let's continue.
When you went to the top of the stairs and the screen came down, what was going through your mind at that point?
From what I remember, like I said prior, I was just really happy and excited. And he's done something similar at his previous show, but obviously that was with a professional dancer. Okay. So I wouldn't expect him to do that with a fan. But obviously when those curtains like dropped, I just thought to myself, I was like, oh, is this like the same performance that he did at his last show? So yeah, I just kind of knew I just had to dance. You
mentioned that you've seen previous concerts from Omah Lay and this is something that he has done before. So at that point, did you feel any pressure to overperform, to show them that you're that girl, you know?
I kind of did because there was a lot of people, a lot of cameras, and I knew if I walk off the stage, people would tell me, oh, you ruined the show, you did this, you did that. So I just thought, okay,
I'm here now,
just dance, like.
Get the fuck out of here!
I had just said that. Now, what'd she say? I saw videos prior to him. So she knew what kind of concert it was. So if you knew what kind of concert it was, that's why she got those tickets close, like I just said, to the increase of her probability of her being able to go on stage, because she had in her mind she wanted to whine on that dude like that. This is so fucking selfish as a female. I refuse. I would be damned as a man if I sit back here and be with a woman that's ingrained to be selfish and just prioritize hypergamy over. Absolutely not, man. This is ridiculous. But let's continue.
From one person to another, you did your thing, yeah? So that being said, after you guys danced, there is a rumor going around, I'm not sure if you've heard that, when the screen came down, you and Omah Lay did share a kiss.
We did not kiss. All he did was he just like kind of hugged me. So obviously because of like the shadow, it looked like we kissed, but no, we didn't.
You said no. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
The way you was all up on him grinding, and you embarrassed your dude, you might as well. You wanted to anyway. It looked like you definitely kissed. And then the lady that's interviewing her gonna say you did your thing. And this is the problem. Other women that sit back here and encourage the bad behavior and embarrassment. This woman embarrassed this man, and then you talking about she did her thing. This is ridiculous, man. Oh, goodness. Let's continue.
After you danced with Omah Lay on stage, was there any exchange of contact details, whether it's Instagram, phone number, email?
No, his team did ask me to like stay, obviously, but because my boyfriend was in the crowd, I just...
Stay on stage?
No, like stay...
Backstage?
Backstage, yeah.
And you declined?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So after the concert, Omah Lay tweeted, well, allegedly tweeted about the fact that he asked you if you had a boyfriend. Is this real? Is this fake? Like, can you clarify?
Oh, it's definitely fake.
So he didn't ask you if you had a boyfriend. Did you guys actually have a conversation prior to you dancing?
We had a conversation after, like after the dance, we spoke.
You and Omah Lay?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that was on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that conversation?
No, it was just, I was just really excited. I was just like, thank you, like, for letting me go on stage and stuff, yeah.
Now listen, y'all. She's saying that she was offered the opportunity to go backstage and she said no. As obsessed with this guy as you are, you got the tickets to stand front row so that you can get on stage, so that you can get grind on him and whine on him like that, embarrass your dude. You was so obsessed with this guy, you waited a year for him to come back. The way you was up on that man, it's very few women that wait a year to see their favorite artist and willing to embarrass their guy, forget they're in a relationship, and finally get the opportunity to go backstage and they turn it down because they got a boyfriend, even though they forgot about their boyfriend. I'm not buying that one. But let's continue.
That was it.
What was the first conversation you had when you went back down into the audience with your boyfriend?
Even before I got to him, I already kind of felt a certain type of way. I just felt like I did something not wrong, but I knew he would probably be offended when I saw his face. So he wasn't really like speaking.
What?
How could you say in one breath that you felt like you didn't do something wrong, but you knew he'd be offended? Well, if you knew he would be offended, then that means you did something wrong. That means you know what you did wasn't right. And this is cap all over the place. Goodness. Let's continue.
Really?
For the rest of the show, no.
Oh, okay. You said you felt some type of way. What was the way that you were feeling?
So as I was walking like through the crowd, there was this guy and he was like to me, "Oh, is that your man?" And I was like, so that the way he said it, I just thought, I wouldn't want anyone to speak about him in that way or to me. Like, what do you mean, oh, is that your man? So immediately I was like, oh shit, like.
So you basically came from a high and you felt low at that point because of what the person had said.
And then obviously I saw his face and then I was just like, oh yeah.
In a video that had surfaced online, we can see him walking away. Did you guys go home together? You said you didn't have a conversation in the audience. Did you speak at any point on that night?
Of course we did. Like, we went home together. In the video, it looked like he was walking away from me. But we was walking together. A group of girls just stopped me and just said, oh, like, you did your thing, like, you did. And obviously he wasn't trying to hear that. So he just walked off. But he was waiting for me at the end of the road. So obviously the person that was recording, they didn't get that part. But he was waiting for me.
Better man than me. I wouldn't have been waiting for you. The moment you went on that stage, you are single. You might as well go back there and blow the wick off his candle like birthday time. Make a wish.
Damn!
I'm about to, you might as well, because I'm telling you, you would have got kicked to the curb, both foot, steel toe caterpillar style. You crazy. Let's continue.
So I want to go back to a previous question that we spoke about. You said that you going on stage, he was totally okay with it. You've already had that conversation, so you were confident to go on stage.
Yeah.
And when you've come off stage, he's visibly upset. So do you think that he was influenced by the audience and their reaction?
100%.
Okay.
Because he was recording himself. And then in the video, there was girls around us, and they were just looking at him and recording him. And obviously, that's going to make him feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But before that, he was recording, so.
Yeah, of course he's going to feel uncomfortable because you're doing things to embarrass him. As your woman, that's one of your jobs, is to not embarrass him, especially in public in front of others. But you couldn't help it because guess what? Hypergamy superseded your morality. You were so thirsty to go on stage and grind on that dude. Them guts was watery, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You want him to tap the sugar walls to activate them waterfalls.
Oh!
Activate that sprinkler system.
Oh!
Let's continue.
I'm going to ask this question and I want you to answer as liberally as you can. Would you say that you respected him as your boyfriend? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because there's been a lot of conversation about if that's your boyfriend, for you to go on stage, and this is something that I myself have thought, if for you to go on stage while your boyfriend's there, that's not something that a lot of people would see as respectful. Talk us through that.
Yeah. I do, and I did respect him a lot, but
No,
I
you
know
didn't.
the way I danced on stage might have looked like I don't respect him at all. But I have a lot of respect for him. But I do understand why people would think what I did was disrespectful.
You lying ass bitch.
You was on your knees like you was giving him a blowjob, but you respect him. This is cap. This is BS. But let's continue.
Did you speak about it as a couple after?
Yeah.
What was that conversation like?
I don't want to speak about that.
Okay. It was a private conversation.
Yeah, it was a private conversation.
Okay. If the tables were turned, do you think there would be this much outrage if he had gotten on stage and danced with Jada Kingdom?
Yeah, we've literally spoke about that before. He was like, oh, what if Ira Star calls me on stage? And I was like, go, like, do your thing. Just because you go on stage, it doesn't mean there's anything between you and the artist. So, like, it's cool. Like, I wouldn't have an issue with that, no.
And do you think that you would have felt a type of way depending on the audience and your surrounding?
I wouldn't feel a certain type of way, but obviously if people are recording you, because they're invading your privacy, you don't just record people, I would feel uncomfortable.
You trying to say if this man went on stage, well, whoever that girl was that they mentioned, he went on stage with that lady and he was grinding on her and she was going down on him the way that you was doing with that guy, you trying to say you wouldn't have felt nothing? Man, that is BS. You can say that, but in that moment, when you actually see it as a female, you're going to feel some kind of way. And like you said, of course you're going to be embarrassed. Women don't like to be embarrassed. That's a fact. Let's continue.
But not with him being on stage, but with the fact that people are just
That's
trying
cap.
to make it look like it's wrong.
Painting a different story.
Yes.
Okay. When did you actually notice that you had gone viral?
So on the night, like literally immediately after the concert, I saw myself on TikTok and I was like, oh, that was quick. Like, but that was just a clip of me dancing. Like he wasn't in that video. And there was like a lot of positive comments. Like a lot of girls were saying, oh, I wish that was me, you did your things. I was okay with it because there wasn't like any hate or anything.
Hypothetically, say it's true. Women saying they wish it was me. Those are probably girlfriends who got boyfriends right now. And is saying, I wish I can go up there and embarrass my boyfriend the same way you did. This is the society we live in now. Women want to support women that's embarrassing their boyfriends. Women looking for the same opportunity to go out and embarrass their boyfriend and make him look bad, ruin him. Y'all dudes, y'all, I'm telling you, you better vet right. You better vet right, dude. Cause these, wow. Let's continue.
What was going through your mind then when you had seen it actually blow up on Shade Borough? It's made it to the Shade Room at one point. How were you feeling?
It was a lot because there's only so much someone can take, and for you to like see yourself all over social media in a negative way, it did affect my mental health because everyone had like lots of opinions and stuff. But I had my friends and family around, so they were like really supportive.
How did they react to this situation?
With my friends, because I called them straight away. I even called them like when it happened, and they did say, oh, maybe like you shouldn't have danced the way you did. And I understood because at the time I did feel very bad for him. But then after it got out of hand, we just said like it's not that serious. Like I shouldn't be getting this amount of hate. And with my family, they're very supportive. I actually thought they'd be like angry at me or they'd like, you know, but they were like, it's just a dance. Like, you're young, enjoy yourself. So, yeah.
Your friends tell you what you did was wrong. Now, I don't know your friends, but say they held you accountable. Sound like some really stand-up girls. Shout out to them for actually holding you accountable and telling them what you did was wrong. But the fact that you saying your parents said it was okay is just a dance and joy. So it's okay for you to embarrass your boyfriend. I'm gonna be honest. Say a girl got parents that encourage her to do bad things like that, that's not a female that I'm going to be with. But let's continue.
I want to be very candid in this moment about how it made you feel.
I was really confused, and I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, all I cared about was what he thinks of me. And he did tell me what he thinks of me, like complete opposite to what people are saying. But because there was just so much that was said, I don't know what to do with all of that. So it was like really, really bad.
It was a lot. And how are you doing now?
I'm okay. I'm not gonna let that get to me, like, because if I do good or bad, people are gonna speak regardless.
So there have been a few rumors going around, one of many, that this was a staged thing. I don't know how it could be staged, but there have been allegations that it's staged. Can you talk us through that, shed light?
I get why people would say that, because I know for a fact some people, if you went on stage, you probably wouldn't know like what to do or how to dance. So I get why people would say that, but no, it wasn't staged.
So are you just a natural bad bee dancer?
Like if I need to go with the flow, I'll go with the flow.
Yeah,
like,
period.
Yeah.
I love it.
But in the beginning, when she asked you about it, you said you wasn't thinking about it. So how could you feel bad about it if you wasn't thinking about it? Your first natural reaction was to go up there and get what you wanted.
Damn!
Your morality, you threw it out the window to get a dance with this guy. So how could you feel bad if you wasn't thinking about him? It's all cap. Then the other lady talking about she's a bad bee. It's in an interview, a woman embarrassing her man, and it's considered to be a bad bee.
Oh!
Think about that. In a moment, a woman embarrassing her man. This is all over the internet. And the lady interviewing said, "Oh, you a bad bee." Let that sink in. Let's continue.
Okay, so the next part that we're going to get into, a lot of people know about Kai Cenat, who is a YouTuber, big YouTuber, American streamer, and he has a way of getting quite a lot of people on his show, and you know, you get great exposure if you go on to his show. And he reached out to you and asked, would you be willing to come on, have a conversation about the events of that night? To which you proceeded to respond, no, if I will come on, however, I'm going to need compensation. How did we get there?
When he messaged me, first of all, I was like, this is actually Kai Cenat, because why would you message me? Like, I don't know how much I was actually trending, because at that time I wasn't really using my phone as much. I didn't want to see all the hate and stuff. So when I opened my DMs and I saw that he messaged me, I was like, this is good. Like, this has to be, you know. So what I did was I spoke to my friends and my family. And for me to go on anyone's live stream, I don't really... And at the time, I wasn't thinking about exposure and stuff. I just thought, because I'm trending, I'm not going to go on your live stream for free. Like, I'm not going to do that. So...
Was this from advice that you had gotten or just an internal thing?
Both.
Okay. And obviously, when you responded and said you needed compensation, he was like, the audacity, how dare you, sort of thing, and proceeded to, well, from what we know, proceeded to reach out to your boyfriend. Can you talk us through that, the timeline of how that went?
After he replied with compensation, question mark, he actually rang me. So he video called me twice, but I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he told me to not answer the phone, so.
Wait a minute. So you was with your boyfriend, and he told you not to answer Kai Cenat's call?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He just said, oh, like, I should focus on my mental health and, like, delete everything, like, delete all my DMs and stuff.
And can you clarify what day this happened on?
I think it was, like, 3 days after the concert.
So like a Wednesday?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. So your boyfriend said to you, don't answer the call, focus on your mental health. So how did we go from focusing on your mental health to him now being on Kai Cenat's live stream show?
I don't even know.
Okay. What was the status of you lot's relationship at this point?
We were still speaking.
But you weren't together?
We were.
You were still together?
Yeah.
When he told you not to answer Kai Cenat's call?
Yeah.
Okay. So from the time he told you not to answer the call and then him going onto Kai Cenat's stream, how long was that? Was it a day
hours.
Or two? Sorry?
Couple hours.
Okay. How did we get there? Can you elaborate? What happened?
I don't even know what happened. Like, All I know was he told me to not go on it and I should focus on my mental health. The next day, but it was already the next day because it was like maybe like 2 a.m. We were still speaking, and then all of a sudden he's on Kaisenat's live stream. I was like,
When you say, because I just need to make sure that we are clear.
yeah.
You are saying we're still speaking. That means a lot of things. Were you still boyfriend and girlfriend?
We never broke up. We never we never actually broke up.
Even now?
I don't want to answer that part.
I'm going to probe you here. Why don't you want to answer?
Because it's private. I think that's something me and him should keep private, whether we are together or not.
I understand. But for me, for you to say that this is private in terms of the status of your relationship, it then kind of goes back to it being, is this staged? Is this for content? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if he's told you not to go onto Kaisenet's live stream and then a couple hours gone on, and now he's getting a lot of benefits, which we're gonna touch on, and you don't want to clarify if you're together or not, it's a bit, where do you guys stand? Are we angry at the right person? Because everybody's angry at you right now because you're the girl who has scorned this oh so innocent man. But now you're saying it wasn't actually like that and you don't want to divulge if you're in a relationship or not. Where's the thought process on that?
We're not speaking right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not speaking right now, but the relationship status is still question mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Translation, we not together no more, but I want to save myself the embarrassment of saying that he kicked me to the curb. That dude was on Casanat live stream dating, choosing what girl he want to date. That relationship is over. He getting too many DMs. He got too many better options. He got too many other women throwing them cakes at him. It's a wrap. But she don't want to say that because she want to save face. But let's continue.
Obviously, from him going onto the live stream, how did you feel about that? Because he has gotten a lot of opportunities from that. From our numbers, he had, let me double check, 400 followers, and he now sits at 88,000 followers. He has done a Morley's advert. Apparently, he's getting a lot of brand deals. How does that make you feel, especially because he told you not to go on?
I'm actually happy for him.
Okay.
I'm happy for him because I know this is something he's not always wanted, but it's something that I know he could do because he's got he can do it. I know what he can do. But the way he's gone about it was unnecessary because whether you go on the live stream or not, I wouldn't have had an issue with it anyway. So he didn't have to go about it in that way because you just kind of betraying the people that you still claim that you love. So
Really, nigga?
You embarrass him online. You set yourself up purposely to increase the probabilities to get close to this artist. And then when this thing go viral, all of a sudden now, when he go on Casanat live stream and he getting those branding deals and get some opportunities for the bad stuff that you did to him, you feel bad? This is crazy. But again, though, like she said, Casanat invited her on the live stream. She tried to tell him that he had to compensate her. He's one of the biggest, he's one of the biggest streamers online. Why would he pay you when he's giving you some exposure coming into his world?
Bitch, are you dumb?
Do you think that he had people in his ear telling him what to do?
100%.
Yeah?
100%.
Okay. I'm going to go back to a question that I said before. In terms of him going on Kaisenat's live stream, despite him telling you not to go on, do you feel like it was like a lick back type situation?
Yeah, part of me does, but that's just scary because I've been speaking to him before and I was with him. So not once did I ever feel like he was going to do that. Like I said, he could have told me and I still wouldn't find an issue with it.
Is this a forgivable offence for you?
No.
No. Fair enough. Do you regret not going on Kaisenat's live stream?
I don't regret it because at the end of the day, it just shows me what he's capable of.
Who? Kaisenat or
No, him.
Your
Yeah.
question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you went on stage and was grinding on that dude and got on your knees like you was blowing a wick off his candle like it was birthday time, make a wish, that showed what you was capable of as well. So all he doing is getting the opportunity that's been given to him as a man after being embarrassed after what you did and you allowing your hypergamy to supersede your morality. You're just facing the fire for what you did. You got to stand on that. But let's continue.
If you could change anything, would you have gone on? Would you have said, you know what? Yeah, I don't need the compensation. Let me speak my truth.
Yeah, because I was going to answer, like, I was going to call him back.
Yeah.
But obviously he was there and he was just, like, not with it. So anything he wasn't with, like, anything he didn't want to do, I wasn't going to do.
Did you seek any advice about going on, or was it just in that moment you made the decision with your question mark boyfriend?
So in that moment, because my friends were around as well, they weren't, like, with us, but I said, oh, let me just quickly go ask my friends. And he said there's no point, like, they just don't go on it. So I didn't end up going on it.
Okay. When your question mark boyfriend went onto the Kai Cenat live stream and Kai Cenat set up this dating situation, 20 versus 1, how did that make you feel, seeing as you mentioned earlier that you guys hadn't actually broken up?
I was really offended because I wasn't expecting that. I just felt really disrespected, but obviously he felt disrespected with what I did. But
You're damn
for you
right.
to go on the live stream while he was just with me on the whole like dating show or 20 versus 1, like it was just a bit uncalled for, but opportunity is an opportunity, so.
And did you guys have a conversation about that after?
No,
You never spoke about it?
no.
Wow, okay. Did he apologize? Did he message you? Did you just left it?
I just left it.
Wow. One thing that you've been consistent with throughout this conversation is about how you made him feel and how he was disrespected, and you felt like you had done something to him. But him going onto Kai Cenat's live stream and doing a dating game when you hadn't actually broken up feels very vindictive and like he's purposely gone out of his way to hurt you. I know you said you felt disrespected, but how did we go from A to Z? From 1 minute you're telling me to focus on my mental health, and then the next minute you're going on a dating show when we're still, you mentioned you were still together at that point. Can you kind of talk us through that?
I feel like he didn't actually care about how that would make me feel. I don't think he was even thinking about me, because if you would have told me before, because I'm not going to say no, like don't go on the live stream, like I wouldn't have an issue with it, but he didn't say anything. He just ended up on the live stream with 20 different girls, and I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt, but I know he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Fuck, I'm gonna be real. Fuck your feelings, because you ain't care about how he felt when you embarrassed him online and all them people seeing that. All them dudes at the show looking at him like he was an icy blue pill beta set. Yeah, absolutely. Now, you embarrass me online and make me look like a sap online, and then all of a sudden these opportunities come for me where I get more followers, I'm getting branding deals and all these women throwing them cakes at me. Absolutely. Only difference between me and dude is you would have got the boot with both feet, steel toe caterpillar style. It wasn't no going home with you. We wouldn't have been in no relationship after that. I'd have been online pursuing them options. We about to level up, get some money, get the status together, and we gonna stroke as many girls as we like. Absolutely. For what you did to him, everything that he got great coming in his direction is well deserved. Like I said already. Now all of a sudden you feel bad. He didn't care about me. You didn't care about him when you was on stage with that dude looking like you was blowing a wick off his candle neither. Let's continue, man.
Because it's very clear that when you went on stage with Omah Lay, you said that you had a conversation prior with him about, and he said if I went on stage with what's her name?
Ira
Star, that you would be okay with it, but this felt very intentional.
Yeah, very intentional.
We spoke a bit earlier and you mentioned that you don't feel like it was a mistake. You don't regret going on stage at any point. Do you still stand by that?
I don't regret going on stage. However, what I do regret is how that made him feel, because no one wants to be in a crowd and feel like publicly humiliated and stuff. Like, I don't blame him for how like he felt. So, but I don't regret going on stage when we've had that conversation before. So no.
I want to just kind of pick your brain. You going on stage with an artist, how would it have been in a how could you have done it in a respectful way where he wouldn't have felt a type of way?
Obviously, I would have danced differently. However, there was a lot of pressure because I have seen his previous performance. So I just thought, like I said, I had to dance the same way, basically.
If this were to happen tomorrow, knowing everything you know now, and you went to the concert tomorrow, Omah Lay pointed at you, and you would still do it again. That's what you said, right? And you don't regret going on stage, but you regret how it made your boyfriend feel. So if that's the case, what led you to make an apology video? Did you feel pressured by the social media, what people were saying, the fact that people were getting onto you? Is that what made you want to apologize?
The reason why I apologized is because I did publicly humiliate him. He felt embarrassed. So that's why I wanted to make an apology publicly. But that wasn't the point of the video. Yeah.
In one of your videos, you mentioned that everybody needs to heal and move on. What did you mean by that?
Let's be real, if everyone's mistakes were recorded,
That part.
where would we all be at?
Yeah.
So that's why I think everyone should just heal, move on. It's happened. I can't go back and change it. I did what I did. He felt how he felt, but people should just move on from it.
Have you healed? Have you moved on?
From the situation, like the concert, yeah, I've moved on a long time ago. But with how he felt, no.
Is this a situation that you guys can come back from?
Nope.
Can we see you guys in a few months holding hands, walking down the River Thames? Is that possible?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh no, that ain't possible. He getting too much action now. He got way prettier girls. They throwing it at him. He getting too many branding deals. He got too much exposure, too much status now. Ain't no going back after that as a dude. Once you get access to a certain tier of women and resources and status and opportunities, you ain't going backwards. Especially after a woman embarrassed you in front of everybody. And notice what she said. What did she say? She said when she did it to him, she was over it. But now she still feels some type of way when it's being done to her. You see what I'm saying? But now that you got to reap the consequences for what you did, you still hurt. But let's continue.
There's a narrative out there about you right now that, you know, you're bad mind, you're disrespectful, you didn't rate him, you went out of your way to intentionally hurt him, which you've clarified you didn't. So is there anything that you want to say to people to just be like, listen, we had a conversation, it wasn't that X, Y, Z?
Yeah, we did have a conversation and he knows my character. Like, nobody else that's speaking actually knows me. Like, he knows me, he knows me, he knows my character. He knows how respectful I am towards him as well. He can't, like, deny that. I just want to put that out there, that he doesn't think of me the way people think of me.
But is that before though? Because it seems as though, like you mentioned earlier, that he has been heavily influenced.
He has been, yeah.
So do you feel like his perspective of you has changed?
No,
You still think he thinks of you?
he does think of me the same.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he don't. He don't think you the same. You want to believe that he's still thinking you the same. He don't think you the same. That man had moved on with his life. He did it in a much more nicer way. Cause say it would have been me, oh, you would have felt the fire. You would have been crying, balling out your eyeball socket, and I wouldn't have cared. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. You gonna embarrass me like that in front of all them people? I don't care what happened to you. That's the truth. You gonna feel the fire, and I'm gonna sleep good about it tonight too. Straight up. But let's continue.
What I've gathered through the course of this conversation is your need and desire to protect him. You keep saying you disrespected him and you made him feel some type of way. But let's talk about how you feel and how you've been disrespected. I want you to realize and understand that your feelings are very much valid in this situation, and it's not just about him. How do you feel about this?
Before they go, see how they want to excuse everything she did and just say, what about her feelings? Fuck her feelings. You embarrassed this man on TV. At this point, it is what it is. They broke up. He moved on with his life. He doing his thing. Why all of a sudden when a woman go do something bad, it just got to be swept underneath the rug and say, but what about your feelings? Man, fuck her feelings. She ain't caring nothing about his feelings when she went on stage. She ain't caring about his feelings when she embarrassed him in front of all them people. Imagine you going through a rough time already as a man. She said he was already going through a tough time as a man already. He already going through mental warfare, trying to stay on top as a guy. Then you get invited to this concert. Then your woman embarrass you, was all over the line like an icy blue pill beta sap. And while you there, guys laughing at you, looking at you all stupid, and you got to walk out of that place unscathed and be okay. What was the care about that? We gonna just bridge over that, what happened to him, and then say something about her feelings? Man, fuck the way she feel. After you do a dude like that, it don't matter how you feel. Cry your eyeball socket out till you faint. Who cares?
Damn!
But let's continue.
I feel very hurt. I'm angry as well because you don't do that to someone. Like, you don't. And I did say before, there's other ways he could have gone about it, but he's hurt me in the past. Like, he knows what I did was not on purpose. I'd never intentionally hurt him or make him feel any type of way. And that's why I'm so hurt, because of how I've made him feel. But it seems like he doesn't care about how I feel. He doesn't care what I'm doing. He doesn't care how I'm dealing with the hate. He knows the hate I'm getting. He's been seeing it, you know. And for him to even add me to his little ad video that he did is very disrespectful. Like, and I'm just hurt. I'm just really, really hurt. Like, I don't know what else.
Oh, this gaslighting BS. And all of a sudden, you did all this stuff to this dude. Now you want to talk about how you hurt, and then you want to act like you want to cry. How the heck you gonna cry after all that? You facing the consequences of what you did. Now, had you not went on that stage and did what you did, then the situation wouldn't have played out like that.
Nope.
You could have had very much so, still had a boyfriend, still had a relationship, but no, you, like I said already multiple times, you allow hypergamy, your desire to supersede your morality, and that puts you in a compromising position to now you got to face the consequences for your actions. And he out living his life and it burns you down inside. That's all it is. Now you want to try to cry and talk about some he hurt you. How he hurt you and everything he doing is because of what you did to him. How he hurt you when you embarrass him and then you put him in a situation so that he can move on with his life and become a better man. That's your fault. Accountability need to be at stake. Let's continue.
Say.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're going through that. I really do feel for you.
Oh,
I feel like, obviously, you've been mentioning that he was disrespected, and because he was disrespected publicly, it doesn't take away from the fact that you've been disrespected publicly as well, essentially. Speak to me about how you would have liked this situation to be handled differently on his part.
The thing that hurts the most is the conversations we've had in private, and then in public, he's just acting like I'm this. He hasn't even said anything, but because he hasn't said anything, it's like he's going with what everybody else is saying. It's the conversations we've had. You know, we've spoken about this, even like family members, like as well. He knows, and then for him to like just turn around and like do that, it just.
You were on, I'm going to repeat this, like I said already, you were on stage, you was grinding on this guy. You went down on your knees behind the curtains, like you was giving a man a blowjob, while your boyfriend is in the crowd watching, while all these other men and women is seeing it happen. And now you want to cry? It has something to do, it ain't have nothing to do with no outside influences. He saw what you did right in front of his face. You was on your knees pretty much giving the dude a blowjob with his pants on. It don't got nothing to do with outside influences. After I see you do this visually by myself, it don't matter what nobody else said. I saw you do it. Ain't no outside influences. That's all cope. You ruined it. You blew it like a birthday candle. Just accept the burn. I know it hurts. Men go through this all the time. Welcome to our world. It hurts. I know. Just deal with it, accept it, grow, be better next time. Let's continue.
You mentioned before that you have been getting a lot of negative comments and things like that. Can you kind of elaborate on what people have been saying to you?
They've said a lot. Like, a lot has been said about me. Like, a lot of things that I've never even heard of. And I do read what people say. I know the right thing is to not read what like people have to say about you. But because I've never been in this situation, I can't help it but read. And the things that I've read, like people can be so mean. Like people tell me they're telling me ways I can get it quickly, like easy and like done with. Threatening my family, threatening that if they see me, they're gonna. I hope your family gets cancer and they're all.
Wow, God forbid.
Or like someone said, oh, just stuff like that.
Sorry, girl.
Listen, now somebody wishing a girl get R word or get deleted, I don't condone any of that. I don't think what she did is equivalent to that happening to her. That is very, very violent. We not condoning that on this channel. Absolutely not. I don't think it's that bad, but she definitely got to feel the burn for what she did to him. But this is your fault. Everything that's happening right now is all out of your actions. And every girl watching this video, I hope they can look at this video and learn. This is what happens when you go out here and you do these type of things. This is what happened when you be so hypergamous, so thirsty for top tier celebrities, and they put you in these situations, you embarrass yourself, the person you're around, and they put you in a bad predicament where you got to feel the burn. You did it to yourself. Yeah, it hurt. What those people say online is wrong, 1000%. But had you not done what you had done, you wouldn't have to see this stuff. You wouldn't have to read this stuff. These are consequences. You got to stand on it. Let's continue.
Can we get her a tissue, please? Sorry. You okay? Yeah.
I wonder what she had asked the dude, was he okay, if he had did the same thing that she did to him. I guarantee this interview will be way different. She'll have a way different energy. Women, I don't, it's just something about women, man. They just have this natural proclivity to take up for each other, even when you know the shit is wrong. I guarantee you, if he had did what she did to him, they wouldn't have had no remorse for him. He would have came on that show. She'd have had, that lady would have stayed up over a night, ready to ruin him. Let him would have started crying. You think she would have felt bad? No, she wouldn't have felt bad. Oh, but when she do it to him, oh, you okay? Is everything okay? I don't feel bad for her. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I don't feel bad. I do not. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, the women wouldn't feel bad for us. The women won't feel bad for you if you had done that. Continue.
Thanks, babe.
Take your time. Take your
Yeah.
time. These comments that you're getting, is it from a particular demographic of people? Is it more male, more female? Thank you.
It's a lot of men, but there's also a lot of women as well, which is really shocking.
See, it's really shocking because I'm so used to women naturally taking my side. Shout out to those girls who are holding you accountable. Whoever they are, shout out to them. They need to. Women need to hold other women accountable for their bad decisions. Shout out to those women, whoever they are. 1000%. We need more of them. Because when y'all are held more accountable for y'all actions, maybe y'all stop doing the stupid and goofy stuff that y'all be doing online. Embarrassing people. But let's continue.
Like, how can you bash another woman for what she's just done? I didn't kill anyone. I didn't go on stage. I didn't say anything and like I ran off stage or something. I just danced and my boyfriend happened to be there. Like, the hate is a lot. It's too much. It's too much. I'm only one person. Like, this can really, really like get to someone.
I'm sorry you had to go through all of that. And like we said earlier, your feelings are valid as well. You did something that upset your partner, but you didn't do it intentionally. It doesn't warrant any of these type of comments that you're getting. So never feel like you're responsible for this. Do you understand what I mean. So you mentioned that you guys have not spoken. Is there anything that you would like to say to him, knowing that more than likely he's going to watch this?
I just hope for him, like in the future, he just gets his own, like he's so easily influenced by his friends. Like he needs to have his own, if you love someone, you love them. You don't care about what other people have to say, because at the end of the day, you know me. Do you get what I mean? Like, you know me for me. These people, even your friends, they don't know me. So have your own say, have your own opinion. Do what you want to do. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, like, you don't. That's it. Just.
She gonna say, I don't understand all of this stuff. This is a lot of women. You do something, now you feel the burn for what you did. Now to remove yourself from the hurt that was caused by yourself. You did it to you hurt yourself by making a selfish decision, and now you want to remove yourself from accountability when you did it to yourself. And to remove yourself, you want to say, I don't understand why they feel like this. You don't understand why they feel like this. It's all I did was just dance. Just dance. Grinding on that man, dry humping, pretty much on your knees. Where he had his hand on top of her head while she was on her knees. Like he was serving her. And you talking about it was just a dance. I don't understand. He know me. Yeah, he know the real you. That's right. He know the real you now. And that's why that man moved on with his life, as he should.
Your life. No one's going to bash him if you come out and say, oh, I've forgiven her, guys, leave her alone. No one can do you anything. It's about what you want to do. So he just shouldn't listen to what people have to say about me or his friends.
She says it's not her. It is 1000% you. And that's when you will really find out who a woman really is for real. When she around her favorite artists, A-list celebrities around, and she get to be in close proximity with these guys. Oh, that would bring out the real truth in your girl. Tell people about the real you. The real you been exposed already. We know who the real you is. We know exactly who you'll be. Because I guarantee you, that Nigerian artist, I'ma call you up, you'll be on the first flight smoking without no hesitation. All these fake tears and need for attention. And that's another thing a lot of these women do when the heat is on and they feel the burn for their bad decisions. They want to start fake crying and try to get some sympathy. No. But that's all I got to say about this video, y'all. Before I get out of here, let's be on our purpose. Let's be on our grind. Let's get our money on point. Let's get our mind on point. Let's get our body on point. Develop them social skills. And last but not least, get you a passport, travel to a destination of your liking. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this video. I want to know y'all opinions on what's going on and what happened. Tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend. Listen, I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.
Yeah, got the streets on fire, feel the heat, the Wayne way. Ain't never had no handouts, put in work, I'm self-made. Superhero strength, I got the power, Luke Cage. Flexing on them haters like Drake. This is real rap, no